If you've been ending your day wondering where time went and feeling like you were really busy but not really fully present, this is for you. As someone who was constantly trying to improve and trying to become a better version of myself, I used to think that intentional living meant changing everything from creating better routines, becoming more productive, getting my life together. But what I've learned is that feeling intentional has almost nothing to do with big dramatic changes. It's built in the small moments of your day that often get overlooked. So, in this video, I am so excited to share 5 simple rituals that help me feel more present, more connected, and like I'm actually living my life instead of forcing or rushing my way through it. And I have a feeling that at least one of them is going to resonate with you. So before we dive in, I invite you to make this a little more interactive by grabbing a journal, a piece of paper, or even open your notes app, whether on your phone or on your computer, depending on where you're watching this from, as a way to begin to take things out of your mind and onto paper and treat it like a date. So, if you struggle with actually making things happen, treat new habits as a date, as an appointment with yourself. As we go through these 5 rituals, you can jot down the ones that resonate with you or any ideas that might come up. It's important to keep in mind that you don't need to implement every single one of them. In fact, by the end of the video, I want you to choose just one ritual that you will experiment and play with this week. Because intentional living, as I mentioned, isn't about doing more, becoming more disciplined. It is built by returning to what matters most to you, one small moment, one mindful breath at a time. These aren't complicated habits or anything to continue to add to your to-do list. And they're definitely not about becoming a better version of yourself. They're simply small ways that you can begin to come back to yourself throughout the day. And together, these 5 rituals have completely changed how intentional and impactful my life feels. The first ritual is checking in with your body through mindful movement. Before you reach for your phone, I invite you to create a little space and ask yourself, what do I need today? For me, sometimes that can look like dancing to a favorite song. Sometimes it's stretching, going for a walk, shaking my body, or finding and following a short class here on YouTube, whether that's breath work, mindful movements, a short yoga class, a meditation. The movement itself is important, but the point is to begin to create a practice of learning to listen and go within. So many of us are used to pushing through, overriding our needs, and operating on autopilot or out of obligation. And this ritual reminds you to reconnect with yourself before the world demands your attention and tells you who you need to be that day. It is a simple act of choosing and showing up for yourself differently and in a way that is more nourishing to your whole well being. The second ritual is creating a practice of getting specific. Whenever something feels overwhelming, I've noticed it's usually because it's living in my mind as one giant project and tends to feel like a cloud instead of one clear next step. So, a practice that you can begin to do is simply ask yourself, what am I actually focusing on right now? Breaking things down into smaller pieces instantly makes them feel more approachable and doable. But there's another layer that's been even more transformative. Instead of only focusing on what you want to accomplish, begin to think about how you want to feel during it, how you imagine you'll feel after it. Because for so long, and I think so many people believe that they'll be more confident or calm or fulfilled or proud after they've reached a certain goal or completed XYZ. And the practice is to begin to bring those feelings into the process itself. Because life is not meant to be lived at some sort of destination or finish line. It's meant to be experienced in the middle, in the messy middle, the mundane that often gets forgotten about and overlooked. The third ritual is taking mini breaks in nature. I personally work from home, and if I'm not intentional, I can spend hours inside without even noticing. Stepping outside for a few minutes, feeling the sun on my skin, breathing fresh air, hearing the birds, or simply putting my feet down on the ground helps me reconnect with the present moment. It reminds me that there's a whole world out there beyond my never ending to do list. Actually, some of my best ideas, deepest prayers, and biggest moments of clarity have happened on simple, mindful walks. So, if this isn't something you already incorporate into your day, you can try this on. See if it works better for you before your day, during your breaks, or at the end of your day. And for an added extra challenge, I invite you to do it without your phone. The fourth ritual is mindful eating. It is easy to eat while scrolling, working, watching, or listening to something. I still catch myself doing it, but slowing down and actually experiencing a meal can become such a grounding and nourishing practice beyond just tasting your food. Like, take a deep breath and take in the aroma and the spices and the full experience and begin to express gratitude for what is in front of you. Because these tiny moments help you remember that your life is happening right here, right now. And now, the fifth and final ritual, probably my favorite, is reflecting on the day. It might look like journaling, recording a voice note, writing down a few things that I'm grateful for, that I'm proud of, or asking a meaningful question before bed. This is one of the practices that my husband and I love sharing. It's sharing a favorite moment of the day and has made a huge positive impact on our connection, our relationship, because even when the day has been challenging, there's almost always a small moment worth remembering, whether it's a conversation, something that was funny, a delicious meal or drink, a beautiful sunset, or just a moment of feeling relief. I found that simply asking the question trains my mind to notice what's already good instead of focusing on what's wrong or what's missing or future tripping. And especially during seasons of change or uncertainty, that perspective can make all of the difference. It helps you stay grounded in what's true instead of getting caught and lost in fear or overwhelm. And at the end of the day, intentional living is finding what works for you. It's about learning to fully participate in the life that's already here. You don't need to overhaul or book another vacation or optimize every single little moment. You just need more moments where you're actually present in your own life. Take a look at what you wrote down. Notice what it stirred within you. Which ritual stood out the most? Circle it, highlight it, write it down, share it in the comments below, and give yourself one small opportunity to begin to practice it this week. You just need one intentional moment to begin. If you want more conversations about intentional living, self trust, and creating a life that feels aligned and good from the inside out, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me here. If you're wondering what to watch next or do next, I invite you to practice one of these rituals. And if you're wondering how to create a joy informed framework where you're not just fully relying on a rigid structure or routine and begin to bring in and work with your rhythms, I highly recommend that you watch the next video that I will link here, as it builds beautifully on everything that we've talked about today and will help you take the next step. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.